Deep within the hallowed confines of the outdoors' most loved brand lives a special culture. Its members possess something that everyone aspires to in their heart, an intangible quality that words escape. They have a zest for life like none other. Once just hunters, they have evolved and now see the land, the critters, and life in a whole new enlightened manner. They are at the top of their game, and their game makes them the Gamekeepers. On today's episode of the Gamekeepers of Mossy Oak, we'll get more from the outdoor icon himself, Hank Parker. But first, JAGER Pro's Rod Pinkston tells you what time of year is best for striking back against the exploding wild hog epidemic.
My name is Rod Pinkston. I'm the founder and CEO of JAGER Pro Hog Control Systems, and I have a very unique background. All of the things that I have done in my whole entire life have prepared me to be the tactical hog control expert that I've become. I grew up, my first 18 years of my life, I lived on a hog farm. And we actually had 40 acres, and that 40 acres was broke down into two 20-acre pens. And we had 30 sows that was pregnant all the time. And I'm the oldest of three boys. And it was my job to go down every night and feed those 30 sows. And if you only had 27 of them that came in, the quicker that I figured out hog behavior and understand how sows, where they build their nests, how they communicate and those type things, the quicker I got my chores done. So I didn't know it, but at that time when I'm 14, 15, 16 years old, trying to find sows in these 20-acre wooded lots, that started me off for the knowledge that I needed. Then for the next 24 years of my life, I was a member of the United States Army. The last 10 years of my career, I actually managed the Olympic shooting team, where we made history. The first time the United States won 4 Olympic medals in one Olympics, and 2 of those were gold medals won by my soldiers. So if you take 18 years of growing up around farms and growing up around hogs, take 24 years of being in combat units, 10 years being with Olympic shooting and Olympic shotgun at that prepared me for where I'm at right now. What we have figured out is that in order to be effective year-round, we have to change our methods and the technology that we use in order to have a 12-month program for feral hogs. Let's start off after the mass crops have fallen in, let's say, October, November, December. That's when your 14 million deer hunters are out there. And a lot of those deer hunters have hunting leases on the same places that farmers have agricultural leases. So that could create a problem in the hunting situation, because what we do I wouldn't necessarily call hunting, it's hog control. But let's just say if that hunter that has that deer lease, we're not going to step on that as long as the crops are not in the ground. So that October, November, December, after the peanuts have already been harvested, the acorns are hitting the ground, we're allowing or leaving it up to these 14 million deer hunters to be shooting hogs during that time frame. Now, once the mass crops are gone, that's the best time to trap. To me, late December, January, February, March is when every land manager and everybody who's having a hog problem needs to start trapping. Now, if we can trap 70 to 80% of the hogs off of a property in those 4 months, December through March, then there's only going to be that 20 to 30% of the hogs that are left whenever farmers start planting corn in March. So as soon as farmers start planting corns, we put up all of our traps. And then we grab our semi-automatic rifles with the same thermal scopes that we're using in combat. Because just like we were in combat where we sit on an observation point and see the whole entire battleground, that's what we're going to do in our hog control situations when farmers plant. After all the peanuts germinate in the June time frame, by then the corn is already 7-8 feet tall. That's the most difficult time. And trapping's not going to work. Using thermal and night vision scopes aren't going to work. That's really when the dog guys are going to have the most success. So that basically is a year-round cycle that we try and use the best technology and the best methods to have that high volume hog control.
Hey, thanks so much for sharing your time again with us today. Now please don't miss next week's show and the weeks to come for more of getting the most out of life outdoors, right here on the Gamekeepers of Mossy Oak.